So I just wanted to give a couple of thoughts about Jodi Arias's death penalty case right now, because I'm in a newsroom and this stuff comes on all the time, and I just think that this case is just incredibly interesting and for a lot of different reasons. Let me give a quick outline for people that don't know. Jodi Arias is accused of first-degree murder of her boyfriend Travis Alexander in June 2008. They dated for a little bit. They broke up. They were still banging, whatever. Travis Alexander was shot in the face, stabbed nearly 30 times, and his throat was slit from ear to ear. She at first said, I didn't do it at all. And then she claimed that masked intruders did it, and now she's claiming self-defense. I'm sorry, I just can't see that much aggression. Being stabbed, like forensic analysis, like criminal people will tell you, like, a stabbing, if somebody gets stabbed to death, it's like a personal thing because you have to get up close to the person, you know, like this was a personal thing. And like, how can somebody's throat being slit from ear to ear, like basically this guy was decapitated, how can that be like, whoops, my bad, accident, you know? I just don't get how you can say that's self-defense. I just don't get it. The state of Arizona allows these kinds of, any kind of trial to be videotaped so the general public can see the entire progression of the trial. And in that way, we are allowed to make more, I guess, informed opinions and thoughts about the trial. I mean, like, we're seeing pictures, like autopsy photos of Travis Alexander dead. Oh, God. Oh, man. And we're seeing, like, naked pictures of Jodi Arias. Like, her boob job and whatnot. But that's the thing, of being able to see what's going on, being able to see how the prosecution works, being able to see what the defense is trying to claim, and her on the trial, her on the stand itself. You know, you come to your own assessments about this trial. Here's just a couple thoughts about the nature of this case, because in the newsroom, we can now say that she killed him because she admitted to killing him. Whether or not she killed him in cold blood or self-defense, that's yet to be decided by the jury. You know, I personally think she killed him outright because she's jealous, crazy, whatever, I don't know. I personally think that happened. I can't see a self-defense claim coming in here, and I don't think the defense is proving that it was self-defense as much as the prosecution is shying away from strictly that was not self-defense. Jodi, come on now. People are comparing this trial to Casey Anthony's trial, which I did rant about the day the verdict came down. This case has more concrete evidence, I believe. Whether or not the prosecution can piece that together successfully is another story. I personally think that the prosecutor is doing a really good job. But I've seen on message boards and stuff that people are calling the prosecutor, they're like, he should have more compassion. He's so brash and so mean. And I just have to sit there and think, like, you know, this girl is not on trial for stealing a lip smacker lip gloss from Dwayne Reed. You know, she's on trial for brutally murdering somebody. Like, how is he supposed to be like, oh, well, you know, I understand, you know, that sometimes relationships are tough, you know, like, you don't expect this guy to be a nice guy about that. You know, she's on trial for her life. If she's convicted, she could get the death penalty. She could get killed for her crime. The world is divided into people that could be prosecutors and people that could be defense attorneys. Because defense attorneys will outright believe, you know, everybody's innocent until proven guilty. And then, you know, people that aren't in the law profession, I believe, have a tendency to convict those without a proper trial. Like, I believe everybody should have, the right to a trial, but I'm just too, I look at Jodi Arias and I say something is totally off about this chick. There's no way I could defend somebody like that. You know what I mean? But that's just a personal preference. That's just personally how we feel about these things. It's not a problem. Another cool thing that Arizona does is that they allow the jurors to ask her questions, which I've never even heard of. I think that's incredibly interesting because, you can kind of see where the jury stands. And obviously the jury's not on camera because you can't know who these people are until after the trial has commenced. But you can assess where they stand and where the verdict could lie. And you can tell that they're kind of on the fence about, you've lied in the past, why should we even believe you now? I think what draws people to this case is because of the nature of it and the in-depth coverage about it. And, there's all these steamy sexual stories, like I said, you can hear and see everything that's going on in the trial. So we heard a phone conversation between Alexander and Arias, and their phone sexing, and it was a bit awkward. I haven't really had phone sex, but I don't think I would ever. That wouldn't be as awkward. If I were to do that, it would be just as awkward. Maybe even more so awkward. Because that's awkward to me. I'm sorry. Hey, what are you doing? I'm just sitting on my bed. It's awesome. Oh, cool. My pants are off. I don't know. It would just be weird for me. I can't with that. I'm too much of a dork. I'm sorry. So the general public is not hearing rehashed copy from a news source. They're hearing exactly what happened from her own words about doing it in the butt and these alleged sexually deviant acts of Travis Alexander. It's bizarre to me because this man is dead. He can't defend himself. Nobody can defend him, basically, except for people that once knew him. To me, it seems like they're trying to paint this picture of Travis Alexander, but nobody can really know now because he's been dead for 5 years. You don't know what would happen. He's gone. It's fucking horrible. That's the most what a horrible way to go. Shit, man. You can see the autopsy photos. You see photos of him bloodied and dead in the shower, with it. You see his fucking throat slit. My God, that's horrible. And while I can see both people's sides of the issues, how they feel about what happened, I don't agree with that it was self-defense. And unfortunately, we'll never know exactly what happened. We're never going to know that. Only Jodi Arias knows what happened that night, even though she's in a fog the entire time and can't answer questions about the night of the murder. And the other person that knows is Travis Alexander, and he can't testify. This is going to be interesting how this pans out because obviously she admitted to the killing. So I don't think she's going to get off. I don't think she's going to walk. I personally do not think she's going to walk because there's too many inaccuracies and too many contradictions. But will she get first-degree premeditated murder? I don't know. I don't agree with people that say, well, she should be killed. Let's go kill her. She deserves the death penalty. For some reason, that doesn't sit right with me. It's like when you watch documentaries about, John Wayne Gacy or, what's his name? Ted Bundy. And you see people outside cheering before the switch is flipped, before they're killed. For some reason, to me, that just goes, whoa, you're celebrating somebody's death. Yeah, the guys were fucking psychotic murderers, but you're still, clapping for it. I don't know. I feel like you could be thankful that somebody like that will never terrorize another person, but as far as cheering it on, I don't know. So really, it's up to the jury. It's up to, they hear more evidence than we could hear. And they're their own people. They have their own thoughts about this. So, I don't know. I don't think she'll walk, though. I honestly don't think she'll walk. I think the prosecution has really solidified their intent, or her intent that night. And writing packages about it is interesting because you can really use some crazy sound bites in this story from the trial. And when I was doing research on the internet just to see like backstories and stuff, did you know that there's a website called cutedeadguys.com? I don't know. I typed in Travis Alexander like into Google Images and saw like his autopsy photos coming from a site, cutedeadguys.com. Oh, whoa. Come on now, guys. All right, I know I haven't been ranting lately, but I'm just exhausted all the time. Sorry. I'm gonna go. Later, bitches.